the sensors.
Love how that works. Okay, the January 14th, Happy New Year, everybody. Meeting of the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is now called to order. Our next meeting will be February 11th, 2026. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is charged with conducting hearings to determine whether an alleged violation of the city code has occurred. Decisions made by this quasi-judicial board will be based on the evidence and facts presented this evening. Our meetings are conducted in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order, and each case will begin with the city presenting its evidence of the alleged violation. The respondent will then present his or her case. Both parties will have an opportunity to cross-examine all witnesses. The board members may question any witness. Comments by both parties must be relevant to the case. Persons wishing to speak will be given an opportunity to do so by the chair and must address the board from the podium after giving their name and address. Upon request, copies of all material submitted by staff are available for review. Board members are reminded to obtain permission to speak from the chair, and questions of the city should be directed to the attorney for the city. This time, I'd like to ask all persons who expect to give testimony tonight to please stand and be sworn in by the city clerk.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will provide the board tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please answer. Thank you.
All right. Ex parte communication. This time, I'd like to ask board members if they had any ex parte communications regarding any matters coming before the Code Enforcement Board this evening. If you've had verbal communications, please disclose the sum and substance of the communication, when and where the communications occurred, and with whom it occurred. If you received any written communications, please disclose the nature of the communications and provide a copy to the city clerk to be filed in the record. So I get this in?
I'm looking at this and I have case number 25-4063.
Verbal or written?
It was verbal
Okay.
by phone.
When?
Would say maybe about last week,
Okay.
2 weeks ago. They're actually my next door neighbors, 13043 Terrace Springs Drive. And I was in communication with Progress Residential to remedy some of the violations that they had on there per the HOA board.
Can you elaborate just a little more on exactly what the communications were, please?
Sure, there was a cable in the outside that had to be either buried or eliminated. There was some sod in the front yard that had to be replaced, and also the roof had a blue tarp on there as well too. And we were trying to get that corrected.
Okay, did you talk to them as a potential contractor for it, or just giving advice, or what?
No, we were contacting them to get these things done because I'm part of the HOA.
Okay, so you did it. And they live right next door to you?
The house belongs to Progress Residential, which is a management company, and they're right next door.
So you live right next door to the property with the violation on it?
That's correct.
Because you live so close, you've had these discussions, I think that you're going to be I don't think you'll be able to be a part of that particular hearing, if you don't mind. If you would recuse yourself, and the reason being, you're right next door to it, the outcome may or may not have an impact on you, and there may be a question of impartiality or anything like that. So if you could just appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when that case comes up, you'll just have to go out. Okay?
Or just, he can stay, he just can't participate.
Okay. Rod?
I'm not sure about this case, but, I just wanted to, it's case number 25-4799. It's City versus Side Investment. If it's regarding the new restaurant, before they opened, I did not have any ex parte. They just asked me about the sign, and I directed them in the right directions to the city engineer. I have no clue how you permit a sign, except structurally, but not with
So the conversation you
Bogus.
had with them was they asked you about how they could get a sign permitted?
Yes.
You gave them the name of somebody that knew more about it than you?
That's about it.
That was the extent of your conversation?
That's it.
All right, let me just go through, do you feel you can be a fair and impartial decision maker on this and base your decision only on the evidence presented at the hearing?
Yes. If that's the case, I don't know, if it's regarding the, it's called Farouz
This
Abu
permit
Labid.
required for signs, so.
Yeah, I know,
think it
but
probably
is
is.
it,
So it probably is.
yes, so, all right. That means it's the same case. Thank you.
So,
Yeah, I'll be easy though this time. I've had none.
I've not had any.
I've had none.
I've had none, but there is one case where I will have to recuse myself.
You want to hear about it now, Ernie?
25-4599 is a neighbor, and I think just to avoid any appearances of bias or impropriety, I should recuse myself from that particular case.
All right, thank you. Jeez.
All right.
Be safe.
All right. All right, so we did all that.
Out of order.
Okay, so we will be taking cases out of order tonight. Hopefully you all have pens. The first case we're going to hear is, gotta find it. Is the last case under new business, case number 25-4799.
Mr. Chairman, may I have a point of order?
Sure.
We did not approve the minutes.
Yeah, we'll get to it. After I tell everybody which case, what the order is. Okay?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you. So case number 2 will be 25-3063. Case number 3 will be 25-3064. Case number 4 will be under old business, case number 25-2911.
Looks like you.
That's number 5.
That's number 4. Gotta find them myself.
I was gonna, and can you repeat?
Page 3.
Once you're done.
You want me to go through it again?
Yeah, once you're done.
Yeah, let me get it. Number 5 is also under old business, 25-4048. Number 6
Slow down. Okay, there we go.
is under unfinished business, 25-500072. And number 7 is under new business, 25-3466.
25-3466, that's number 7, you said?
Yes. So if you go by the way they're listed in your agenda, the first case under new business, case number 25-3063, is number 2.
Yes.
Oh,
Case number 25-3064 is number 3. Case number 25-3466 is number 7. The last case under new business, 25-4799, will be number 1.
Okay.
First case under unfinished business, 25-500072, is number 6. Case number 25-2911 under unfinished is number 4. And case number 25-4048, the last case under unfinished, is number 5. Okay?
Sure.
All right, shall we begin?
Case number 254799, City versus Sod Investment, Inc., for the property located at 11401 North 56th Street, Suite 23. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation.
Sound.
I'm sorry? Oh, the mic?
Microphone.
It is on.
It's on?
Yes, sir.
Maybe move there,
Move it closer. Sorry about that.
try that.
Continue,
Oh, minutes. Oh, thank you, yes. Okay, I said I was going to get to them and I didn't. I apologize.
Okay.
Before we get started, we must approve the minutes. My apologies. Okay, hopefully everybody's received a copy of the December 10th, 2025 minutes. If there are no additions, corrections, or anything else that you guys want to change, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. Now we can begin. Thank you.
Thank you.
case number 254799, City versus Sod Investment, Inc., for the property located at 11401 North 56th Street, Suite 23. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 12-979, subsection A, permits required for signs, and Section 8-28, subsection A, subsection 1, permits at required. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Officer Batt with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by myself per the request of the Permitting Department on December 23rd, 2025. This property had just finished going through the permitting process in multiple meetings where they were well aware of their permissions. Permit number 252103 was approved and finalized, which was correctly installed, but the week of December 23rd, 2025, there was unpermitted modifications done to the sign, so a stop work order was issued on December 23rd, 2025. These same modifications were rejected during the permitting process multiple times by the Planning Department between May and September of 2025. Prior to the permit being issued, a notice of violation was prepared on December 23rd, 2025, and posted to the property, requested posting to City Hall electronic board, and sent both certified and regular mail to the address of record on December 24th, 2025, with a compliance date of December 26th, 2025. Upon reinspection on December 29th, 2025, the violation was still present, so a notice of hearing was prepared, posted to the property, requested posting to City Hall electronic board, and sent both certified and regular mail to the address of record on December 31st, 2025. As of Monday, January 12th, 2026, records show that the property is still not in compliance. Seeing as this case was not something within our normalcy, but clearly an intentional disregard for the city's ordinances, I am asking for a ruling and a fine at least of $50 daily until the violation is in full compliance. At this time, the city's building official Dallas Foss and Deputy Director of Community Development Marissa Robinson can answer any questions regarding the property.
Good, thank you. Any questions for the code officer? Rod?
Are you going to answer the questions? I have a question. What's the problem? Actually, you say they submitted for a sign permit, did they?
Dallas and Marissa are going to answer all those questions.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were here just to hang out with us.
Good evening, Chair and board members. I'm Marissa Robinson with Community Development.
So go ahead and ask your question.
Yes. What's the problem? Actually, they have a violation, but what's the actual problem? Is it the size? Is it the writing? What is it?
So I'll kind of walk you through. Community Development actually worked with the tenant and contractor starting in May of 2025. We actually met with them. They did ask at that time for leniency with our code to install the sign that they requested. Staff did inform them that we couldn't be lenient and that they would need to redesign their sign to meet the code. So if Jack can...
What's the code calls for?
So this was one of their signs that they submitted for the design on August, and it was denied by our permitting staff because of the three logos, one in the center and two on the edges. The code says you can only have one company logo, and they had three. And the next one. This one was also submitted in August. Again, you can see the three logos in the center, which is a violation of our code. They also submitted this one, which was denied in July because of the multiple special services. And then this was the actual sign that was permitted. And I can read the section of the code, if you would like that.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. So 12-984,
I
section
just
8.
wanted to add something before you read the code. I'm familiar with this overseas, and that's a franchise from overseas, and they always have it with 3 logos because they service inside the 3 commodities, whatever, food they, that's, I just wanted to, but I don't know what the code says here.
So 12-984, subsection H, ground, pylon, flat, wall, mansard roof, awning, canopy, and permanent window signs shall consist of only the name, corporate logo, corporate slogan, a single special service feature, and the name of the profession, service, or business being conducted at the site. So because they had multiple logos is why they weren't allowed to permit the sign.
Even if the logos are tied to each other?
They were not tied to each other. So because they're all separate logos for separate businesses, they couldn't be allowed. So it had to be one logo.
Are you done?
I'm done, but I'm not too clear on it.
That's not the code that's listed, though.
Correct. So after we went through the permitting process, the permit was pulled in September. It was inspected in October, and the permit was closed out. After that happened in December, they went back and put in the sign that they were told that they were not allowed to have.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so ultimately you permitted a version of the signs they submitted, and they went ahead and did what they wanted to do anyway.
Right. After the permitting process was through and the permit was closed out, they went back and modified the sign.
And when did that occur?
December 23rd,
Number 20.
December 23rd, yes, that Sunday.
Thank you. Any other questions? Good.
So there's 2 violations, is that what I'm seeing here?
The violations are regarding the permitting.
Right. Yeah, there's 2, but there's two
Yes.
separate violations. Okay.
What do they have to do to get the permit?
They have to remove the features that were unpermitted and go back to what the permitted sign design was.
Even if they're corporation, if they're
No.
the same signs all over the world?
Yeah, although it's overseas that way, it doesn't meet our sign code.
We've got one more question.
Just to clarify, Ms. Robinson, so the sign that's currently up, the sign for which there is this infraction, is one that your department explicitly rejected.
Correct.
They approached you guys, you said no.
Yes, so this started in May, and then the permit was issued in September. So I actually have our senior planner, Alyssa Livingstone, here as well, and she actually met with the contractor or tenants multiple times in the permitting office and did like a courtesy review of what they were submitting. And she always told them no, and they would go back. So we went back and forth with them for months.
Understood, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you. Is the respondent here?
Good evening. My name is Mohammed. I represent SAD Investments. I am not the violator, I guess you would say, but since we own the property, I'm assuming that the violation sticks to the property, and then eventually we would have to go after the tenants and so forth. Took me a while to understand exactly what happened, back and forth emails, a lot of fighting happening, or I wouldn't say fighting, but a lot of back and forth explanations and so forth. I think the issue here, aside from what they did, the timing. So we didn't really find out about this till the beginning of the year. I mean, the 23rd, the violation occurred. We didn't get the notice till probably that Friday or Saturday. And when I showed up to the property, I didn't even know we had a hearing until I seen the hearing posted on the window. And I'm looking at it, they had assured me that it was taken care of and so forth. So I'm looking at the notice, and I'm like, guys, do you know what you're looking at, and so forth? They said, no, it's taken care of. We spoke with Dallas, here's this, here's that, here's that. So there was a lot of confusion going on, and then finally, when Jack responded and kind of explained everything to me, that's when I understood, okay, you got two situations going on, and so forth. So I'm not here asking, I guess what I'm asking today for is an extension. The contractor, I spoke with him this morning, he's out of town. He comes back on Friday. He said, I need all next week to take care of it, but at the same time, I wanted an additional 7 days just in case they can't do it, then we'll send our crew and so forth. When I spoke to Jack today, he was telling me that you're gonna need a permit to take the sign down. So if they can't take care of it, we will step in, we'll hire a contractor, put their name on the permit, and pretty much take it down ourselves as a landlord.
Any questions for the respondent? Thank you, sir. You can have a seat. If there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion. Someone?
All right, I'll take this one.
Thank you.
This here. In case number 25-4799, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence that the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 11401 North 56th Street, Suite 23. And the code sections are 12-979A and 8-28 subsection A subsection 1. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Danielle Batt, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before February 11th. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violations continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $50 per day.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? I just have a question for Jack. Is February 11th an acceptable date for you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when he said something about getting a 7-day. I assumed that 30 days would cover whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. Just wanted to make sure city was good with it.
Okay.
Okay. Just no further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. So you have until February 11th to take care of all this, okay, it's 30 days. It should give you plenty of time. If the wrong sign is still up, you don't have your right permits, blah, 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 you will be charged $50 a day until it's fixed, okay? Thank you. Next case, please.
Case number 253063, City versus JGC Second LLC, for the property located at 5416 Rainbow Drive. This case is before the board on an alleged violation of Section 8-102, subsection 22, minimum housing, maintenance of structures. Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs. Section 12-859, subsection 2, RVs, boats, and trailers. And Section 10-34, sanitation premises clean. This case will be prosecuted this evening by the Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by Officer Batts on July 29th, 2025 for the minimum housing and debris accumulation violations. She is scheduled a reinspection date for August 11th, 2025. On December 22nd, 2025, I created an amended notice of violation for boarded windows and doors fascia in disrepair, a trailer stored in the side yard without being screened from view, and an accumulation of debris throughout the property, with a compliance date of December 30th, 2025. I posted the notice at the front door, and a copy was posted on the electronic board at City Hall for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the owner of record. On December 30th, a notice of hearing was created, and the case was scheduled for the January Municipal Code Board meeting. I posted a copy of the notice of hearing at the site on that day. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by myself on December 22nd. This time, the site is in compliance, and I'm also submitting an affidavit of compliance on those violations and seeking a finding.
We'll accept those. Thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
So 2 violations, and they were all
Everything's in compliance.
everything in compliance. Okay.
Any other questions for the code officer? I know the respondent is here. Is there anything you want to say? Okay. Name?
Clay Matthews, counsel for JGC2 LLC. Just briefly, we'll stand on the evidence submitted, the testimony by a code enforcement officer, and request that the board enter an order finding no violation and imposing no penalties. And we're here to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Before you sit down, any questions for the respondent? Oh, okay. If there's no further questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
In case number 25063, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violations of the City of Thimble Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 5416 Rainbow Drive, with the applicable code violation, Section 8-102, subsection 22, and Section 8102, subsection 13, subsection C, and Section 12-859, subsection 2, and Section 10-34. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move there will be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. So you've been found in compliance, so there's no fine. However, should these properties go out of compliance again, it becomes a repeat violation, and the fines are much more because of that, okay? Next case, please.
Case number 253064, City versus JGC 2 LLC, for the property located at 5418 Rainbow Drive. This case is before the board on an alleged violation of Section 8-102, subsection 22, minimum housing, maintenance of structure, Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing, roofs, and Section 10-34, sanitation premises clean. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening once again, Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by Officer Batts on July 29th, 2025 for an accumulation of debris, unpainted or unsealed exterior wooden wall, soffit in disrepair. She scheduled a reinspection for August 11th, 2025. On December 22nd, 2025, I created an amended notice of violation for debris accumulation, unpainted or unsealed exterior wooden wall, and soffit in disrepair with a compliance date of December 30th, 2025. I posted a copy at the site, and a copy was also posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement. The copies were mailed, both certified and regular mail, to the address of the owner of record. On December 30th, 2025, a notice of hearing was created, and the case was scheduled for the January Municipal Code Board meeting. I posted a copy of the notice of hearing at the site on that day. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the site taken by myself on December 22nd. This time, the site is in compliance with all the violations. I'm seeking a finding and would like to submit an affidavit of compliance.
We'll accept that. Thank you. Any questions for the code officer? Seeing none? Mr. Bond? Just state your name again, please.
Briefly for the record, Clay Matthews, counsel for JGC2 LLC. Based on the testimony and affidavit from Mr. Allen, we respectfully request an order finding no violation and no penalties or fines. Thank you. Here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Thank you. If there's no questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
In case number 25-3064, I move that the city has proven by greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 5418 Rainbow Drive. Violation section 1-102, subsection 22. The motion is based on the swear testimony this board has
Before
received.
you go on, there's two violations, or three violations.
Yep.
And it's 8-102 subsection 22, 8-102 subsection 13 subsection C, and 10-34.
Understood. Applicable code sections 8-102 subsection 22, section 1-102 subsection
8-102.
Oh, I'm sorry. 8-102 subsection 13 subsection C, section 10-34. The motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. So same warning, if it comes out of compliance, it becomes a repeat and the fines go up from there. Thank you very much. Next case, please.
Case number 252911, City versus Eddie Fabero Mestre, for the property located at 6125 Liberty Avenue.
One sec.
I'm sorry,
No, it's all good.
is it me?
After this case, can I get 2 minutes? I think I need to do a reboot in here.
You want to do it now?
I can do it right now.
Okay, we'll just, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, just do your break. thing
Motion to
and I'll-
break.
Okay, we'll take a, motion approved, we'll take a 5-minute break.
Approved.
So mark your agendas. We have case number 8 will be under new business, 25-4550. Should be the next to last case under new business. 4550.
Okay.
That's number 8.
That's number 8, okay.
Right now, we're on case number 4, which is under unfinished business. Okay.
Case, excuse me, case number 252911, which is under unfinished business, City versus Eddie Fabero Mestre, for the property located at 6125 Liberty Avenue. The deadline for compliance is January 14th, 2026. Fine of $25 per day, beginning January 15th, 2026. Violation, Section 8-28, subsection A, subsection 1. Permit app required. Deadline for compliance is midnight tonight.
You respondent here?
Yes. Good afternoon, Chair and the Board. Karina Fuller here on behalf of the respondent, Mr. Mestre. I just wanted to advise that we do have the permit, however, we are...
Okay, before you get into that, why don't you remind us what this violation is about?
Okay. So this is a driveway violation where my client, without a permit, expanded his driveway. Since the violation, the driveway has, I guess, not been used or utilized. With the expansion, there's grass now growing. What happened was it was expanded by laying gravel, which killed the grass, with the intent of laying concrete, but it didn't even get there at that point. After some time, the grass is growing and it's not being used We have gotten a survey on the property. We have a permit ready. However, there's another violation, which is the next case that's going to be called, where my client needs to obtain 5 different permits. But we cannot submit the permit with the driveway without submitting all of them at the same time per the process here in Temple Terrace. So at this point, we are asking for an extension just because out of all 6 permits, the permit for this particular case and then for the next case that's going to be called, we're only missing 1 permit, and that's electrical, and I'll get to that when that case is called. But at this time, we have everything. We just can't submit it without having everything completed because there is a stop.
This case is being held in abeyance because of the next case.
Correct.
And you'll tell us why the electrical.
So, should we make a motion to just hear the next one and then do them together?
We could do that. I mean, there's a couple of options. Would it be acceptable?
Have her speak to both of them, but when it comes time for motion, 2 separate.
Somebody's mic.
Mine is not.
Yours, okay.
Yes, I mean, I think it would make sense to hear them both at the same time, but if you choose to give an extension, it will be 2 separate motions, one for each case.
Okay, so at this time, we're not going to make a decision on this particular case. So why don't you go ahead and tell us about the next case, and then we'll make 2 different motions.
Do they have to read? I think they have to read the case.
You have to read, yes, let her read the case, and then we'll get started.
Unfinished business, case number 254048, City versus Eddie Fabero Mestre, for the property located at 6125 Liberty Avenue. The deadline for compliance is January 14, 2026. A fine of $50 per day beginning January 15, 2026. Violation, Section 8-28, subsection A, subsection 1, permit app required. And for the record, Section 12-225 zoning R-10, single-family residence, was removed from the agenda. The item was not a part of the case for 254048 at the time the order was entered.
Okay.
Deadline for compliance is midnight tonight.
Very good, thank you. Okay, floor is yours, and just state your name again, please.
Yes, Karina Fuller, counsel for the respondent, Eddie Mestre. For this particular violation, board members, my client was supposed to get 5 different permits. These permits included HVAC, electrical, plumbing, mechanical, and structural. There's currently a stop work order because there was work done on the property without the requisite permits. We do have a general contractor, Cesar Garcia. We have all of these permits except the electrical. The reason it took so long to get an electrician on board and provide his license to submit this permit was because it is an after-the-fact permit. So work was done, so it was very difficult to locate a contractor who was willing to put his license on the line without ripping all the walls and so forth. With that being said, the holidays occurred, and this particular contractor who's willing to do an affidavit and inspect the property is currently out of the country. I'm being told that he gets back by the end of the month, and he will be ready, to inspect it, prepare an affidavit, and put his license on the permit. However, we cannot, per Temple Terrace process, we can't submit permits one by one. So the driveway permit that I previously explained, plus these 5 permits, all need to be submitted at the same time. I believe my client was here maybe yesterday or the day before, and he's been here in the past to try to submit one by one permits, and they won't accept it unless all of them are submitted at the same time. I did have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Dallas, the inspector on the case, and I did let him know and advise him that I would be asking for an additional extension, and so that's what I'm here for today.
Okay. Dallas, you mind coming up for a minute? So assuming that her contractor gets back by the end of the month and gets you something, let's say February 1st, would you be able to have your people review and, assuming there's no problems, approve by our next meeting?
Yes, we can have it done.
Okay. Okay. All right, gentlemen, what's your pleasure? And no, the board.
Oh, okay. Well, it just, these, we have, when we do the the extension will put...
If you decide to give them extension or not give them extension, we'll need to have two motions.
Two motions.
One for the first case and one for the second.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Do one at a time. Go ahead.
Case 4. Okay, in case number 25-2911, I move that the city give them extension for the client till February 11th, 2026.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? So you have an extension for this, for case 25-2911 until February 11th.
In case number 25-4048, I move that the city, I have a motion to move the compliance date till February 11th, 2026.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays? So you received the extension on both cases.
I will be seeing you all again on February.
Hopefully with good news.
Unless more.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good night. Next case, please.
Unfinished business, case number 2550072, City versus Blue Rock Premier Properties for the property located at 6900 Aruba Avenue. The deadline for compliance is January 14th, 2026. A fine of $2,000 per day beginning January 15th, 2026. Violation, Sections 8-56A, fire alarm system not operational. Section 8-57B4, fire hydrant access maintenance. Section 8-57B1, fire safety emergency lighting. Section 8-57B2, fire safety extinguisher inspection. Section 8-57D, fire safety posting addresses. Section 8-56, fire suppression systems. Section 8-55, fire grills. And Section 8-55A2, fire and proper storage. Deadline for compliance is midnight tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Cletus Squires, Fire Inspector with the City of Temple Terrace Fire Department. So this continuance case that I had that was found in fault for these violations, since that date, 6 of those violations I have already cleared off the dockets. They have been corrected and currently meet our code. On the other 2 violations for the fire alarm systems and the fire sprinkler systems for the
Which sections are those?
856A, I think.
It's 856 is fire suppression systems.
The very first one, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, 856A.
Okay.
You got it before I did? All right.
So it's 856A and which other one?
856A, and the next one would be 856.
Okay, so those are the only 2 left.
Yes, sir. So I've been speaking with the property representatives as of last week, and I have confirmed the progress with the actual contractors that are doing the work out there, and there has been much progress made on the correction of that. Spoke with the fire sprinkler, which is Pipe Barker, this week on the phone, and he's replaced, they're doing it in phases, and he's ahead of schedule. He's replaced a number of the heads, and the sprinkler heads inside the units. He's got 8 valves that he still needs to be replaced that feeds the water to the buildings, and he said he's ahead of schedule, and potentially by next month that his work will be done. Spoke with Kevin from Cox Fire, now I think it's also Pipe Barker, formerly Cox Fire, and he's in charge of fixing the alarms. And some of this work goes together. You have to have one done before you start the fire alarms with the way it reports and things. And he has started, and we got about 10 of the buildings that he's got at priority that are on fire watch, that the actual property management is conducting on their own, that because of the fire alarms not working, which we addressed prior to. And so they're on a fire watch status, knows that they have to call, and that the system might not report or go out. So he's making those the priority, and same thing, he's got them all inspected because they weren't inspected before, and he knows what work is required. And same thing, he's thinking that, he told me maybe even by the end of this month, that his work, if everything goes as scheduled, should be done.
And remind me, somebody, how many extensions have we given so far?
Well, when you found them, they've asked for one extension on the first meeting last month, and you granted them a 6-month, but for me to come back and progress 180 days. And the representatives are here from the property, from Blue Rock, but you granted that at their request from the first meeting on the outstanding violations.
And if we gave them 6 months.
I don't think he did.
No, I don't think we.
You wanted them to keep coming back.
Yeah, we didn't give.
Okay, so we didn't give them 6 months.
No.
Okay.
Understood.
Estimated it would take
Take
6 months.
Okay,
Right.
so but we've only given them one extension so far.
I think this would be the second extension.
Okay, thank you. That's what I was trying to get at.
Sorry, I misunderstood you.
It's okay. Any other questions? Did the respondent want to say anything more?
My name's John Jones. Address is 6900 Aruba Avenue. Good evening. I just wanted to reiterate, we are making significant progress. We do anticipate to have this project completed in its entirety by next month. Our fire vendor is anticipating a date of February 18th for full completion. And so we respectfully ask for an additional 30-day continuance.
And just, you're continuing the fire watch in those buildings that don't have alarm systems?
That is correct.
Any other questions? Rod?
Our next meeting will be February 11th. So the 18th, so you don't think you can make it by February 11th? I know the progress and with Cletus is very few, and he's very happy with the progress, but what?
Yeah, we're hoping that the fire vendor can finish the work ahead of schedule. That's kind of a conservative date that they've given us so far. Last month, we projected a 180-day timeline with the understanding that we'll be here to check in every 30 days. So there may be a situation where by the meeting on February 11th, there may be 1 or 2 items of, I believe, 8-56A remaining. So it may be a situation where next month's meeting, we may need to ask for just one last continuance and then be fully compliant by March's meeting.
Very good. Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion. Go ahead.
In case number 25-500072, I move to extend the case till February 11th, 2026.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays? You have your extension, sir.
Thank you.
See you next month. Thank you. Next case, please.
Case number 254550, City versus Jose J. Garcia Jr. for the property located at 5... Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped to number 8. Sorry about that. Case number 7 under new business. Case number 253466, City versus Michael Echeverra and Natalie Echeverra for the property located at 409 Berwick Avenue. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 12-859, subsection 2, RVs, boats, and trailers, and Section 10-34, sanitation premises clean. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by Officer Batts on September 2nd, 2025 for an RV in the front yard and debris throughout the property. She scheduled a reinspection for September 9th, 2025, which showed no change, so a notice of violation was generated on that date with a reinspection date of October 1st, 2025. She achieved service with a resident's adult daughter, and a copy was posted at City Hall for the 10-day requirements, and copies were mailed both regular and certified mail to the owner of record. A reinspection on December 29th, 2025 showed no change, so I prepared a notice of hearing on that date and scheduled the case for the January Municipal Code Board meeting. I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by me on January 8th, 2026.
We'll accept those, thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the affidavit of service for the notice of violation. Exhibit number 2 shows the RV in the driveway and debris in the yard. Exhibit number 3 shows the debris in the driveway. And exhibit number 4 shows the affidavit of service for the notice of hearing. The site is not in compliance, and I'm seeking a ruling. However, around 5 o'clock this afternoon, we did get some photos from the resident, and it does look like some of the violations are in compliance. So I'm going to do an inspection again in the morning and see if everything's in compliance, and if so, I'll submit an affidavit of compliance to the clerk's office.
Okay, but as of this moment, both sections are still out of compliance.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Any questions for the code officer? Seeing none, I guess the respondent is here. Have you both been sworn in?
I'm sorry?
Were you both sworn in?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, come on up.
Good evening, members of the board. So we were literally down.
Name and address first, please.
I'm sorry?
Name and address.
Natalie Echeverria.
Michael Echeverria.
Address?
Address 40, the address?
Yes.
409 Berwick Avenue.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, so we were literally down to the wire. We went ahead and we emailed Mr. Doug here the photos of the completed work. We have gone ahead and put the RV on the side of the yard behind the gates. We were able to close the gates, and we were able to clean up all the debris in the yard. The tires, the wood that was out in the front, everything has been cleaned up. And I sent him all the updated pictures today, literally before we made it here, because that was literally all the time that we had left. But we were able to comply with both of the violations.
So in your opinion, it's now in compliance?
Absolutely.
Respectfully, yes, we are in compliance.
Yeah.
Any other questions for the respondents?
Over here. Hi.
Go ahead.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good afternoon. Including the damaged and unpainted wood wall that was taken care of as well?
That actually is going to get done. I didn't know that was part of it.
What is that?
Can you show us?
Protocol, I could just, yeah, is this okay? Okay.
Yeah, give it
Oh, different, I'm so sorry. I apologize. So,
Okay, we.
Thank you.
We're,
slowly getting around.
got it, understood. My apologies then, please continue.
The violations were the RV in the front.
Understood.
Debris in the front of the yard, which both have been taken care of as of today.
Excellent.
That we did send pictures of.
Yeah, we did send the pictures, but I don't think he had time to print them out before he got here. All right.
Any other questions?
No? Thank you.
Question for you, David.
Yes, sir.
How do we do this?
You would just
Find it and
find it in violation. They'd have 30 days to fix it. He'll go out there tomorrow, assuming everything is good.
Yeah.
They'll be in compliance.
Okay, perfect.
then I'll do that.
Go ahead.
No, I'll do that.
You can have a seat.
All right, thank you so much.
Just don't be scared.
$2,000.
Yeah.
In case number 25-3466, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 409 Berwick Avenue, with the applicable code violation, section 12-859, subsection 2, and section 10-34. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Officer Doug Allen, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and a notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the said violation be corrected on or before February 11th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before the day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date set for compliance upon the following factors: the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, any previous violations committed by the violator. I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion is second, any further discussion?
Yeah, so do we have any photographic evidence from this case? No, excuse me.
You have the second batch.
The second, there were two okay.
The second batch shows the RV and the tires and all that other stuff.
Thank you. So we got 2 and 1.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, sorry, I don't want to vote before I have a chance to evaluate
It was the second,
the
yeah, the
evidence.
second.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. We could just make sure that it moves at an expedient pace. Thank you, guys.
So is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So you have been found in violation. You have until February 11th, 2025 to bring the property back into compliance. Assuming it's done like you said it's done. He'll go out there tomorrow and take a look at it. And if it's in compliance tomorrow, he'll submit an affidavit of compliance and it'll all go away. Okay? If it's not, he'll let you know what needs to be done, and you'll have until February 11th to get that done.
Right, so as of this,
As of right now, you're not in compliance.
right, but once.
Once he looks at it tomorrow, yes, you're good. Yeah, assuming,
Found good, do we need to return?
what's that?
Will we need to return if we're found to be in compliance like we said?
No, let's assume that he finds something that's not in compliance tomorrow. He will tell you what that is, okay? And you'll have until February 11th to bring that in compliance. Once whatever he says is not in compliance, you call down here and tell them we've now fixed that, whatever that is. He'll come back out, and then assuming that's fixed, then he'll give us an affidavit of compliance. So you won't have to come back here unless something strange happens and you're not able to bring the property into compliance by our next meeting. You'll have to come to us on that date, February 11th, and tell us why it wasn't fixed. And then at that point, you will be able to ask for a extension. There is no guarantee you will get one, but you are welcome to ask. Okay? Any other questions?
I have one too.
Well, you'll have to wait. Okay.
No, just for you to mention also not to repeat the same violations.
Yeah. So like you heard before, if the property comes out of compliance, once it's in compliance, it becomes a repeat violation, and the fines are much higher after that. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Next case, please.
Next case under new business.
You up past their bedtime?
Yes. Yeah. Have a good evening, everybody.
You too.
Case number 254550, City versus Jose J. Garcia Jr. for the property located at 409 Biltmore Avenue. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 12-922, subsection A, parking commercial vehicle in a residential area. The case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Doug Allen. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and the notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and board members. Doug Allen, Code Compliance Officer. This case was originated by me on December 2nd, 2025 for a food trailer stored in the driveway. Went directly to a notice of violation on that date with a reinspection date of December 9th, 2025. I posted the notice at the property, and a copy was posted at City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement, and copies were mailed both certified and regular mail to the address of the owner of record. My reinspection on December 29th, showed no change, so I prepared a notice of hearing on that date, and the case was scheduled for the January Municipal Code Board meeting. This time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence taken by me on December 2nd, December 3rd, and December 29th, 2025.
We'll accept those, thank you.
I take it we got technical difficulties?
Yes.
Show them to the respondent real quick.
They tried rebooting, but it's not, for whatever reason, it's just not working tonight.
I didn't realize we weren't getting photos.
He can't see the laptops in there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Exhibit number 1 shows the posting of the notice of violation. Exhibit number 2 shows the food trailer in the driveway. Exhibit number 3 shows the posting of the notice of hearing. Exhibit number 4 shows the trailer in the driveway. Exhibit number 5 shows the trailer in the driveway. Exhibit number 6 shows the trailer in the driveway. Exhibit 7 shows the trailer in the driveway. Exhibit 8 shows the trailer in the driveway. I've also observed the trailer on site 3 other times since December without taking a photo, once yesterday and today. The site is not in compliance and I'm seeking a ruling.
Good. Any questions for the code officer? I assume the respondent would like to say something? Come on up. Have you been sworn in, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Name and address, please.
Hi, Jose Garcia, 409 Biltmore. So, as you guys can obviously see, I run a food truck business. I don't store my trailer in front of my driveway like overnight. I have before, right? Like in particular, like last night, it was there because I had a gig late last night and my storage site is closed after hours, right? So I can't physically bring the trailer to storage after hours, particularly when I'm coming from like a late night gig. I understand that the trailer is not supposed to be stored there, but it's usually in transit. A lot of times it's there for a few hours throughout the day because I'm waiting to go to a gig or I'm just doing stuff, right? But I'm not storing it there overnight. Like I said, I had before, and I've spoken with the code compliance personnel, and they said as long as you give us a heads up and let us know what's going on with the trailer, you should be good to go. Well, I did that. In particular, the picture with the white truck that was a rental, I called that day to say, hey, I'm prepping, I have a gig later that day. That very same day, I recall seeing the officer drive by taking pictures. And so, I don't sell food from my home. It's purely for prep and cleaning, right? It's, the nature of my business, I run a home-based business. As I mentioned before, as I mentioned to the director, you guys are going to see it again. Whether or not it's there overnight, that's a different story, right? That's how I pay my rent. I mean, that's how I pay my mortgage. I sell pizza. So it's like...
You have the ability to put it on the side, backyard or the side of your house?
Oh, no, sir. But like I said, I have storage. I have sufficient storage facilities for just that reason, right? But when it comes to prepping, cleaning, offloading, for example, I do it at my house.
You can't clean it, prep it, you can't at least clean it at the storage place?
I don't have access to water or power.
Okay.
That's the constraint I'm dealing with is water and power.
Okay.
And so I come home, I bring the trailer home to clean because I have water and everything. Because I have to, I have food safety regulations I have to abide by. So I have to make sure my trailer is clean. Right. And the storage site doesn't really have anything for me to do anything other than just for storage. Like I've made dough in the storage site before, like just making the pizza dough. But
have you investigated other storage locations that might give you power and water? Or might be open longer?
Not that. That's within a reasonable distance.
Okay.
And I'm not storing it there like overnight. Like I said, I have done it before, but I've come to an understanding with the compliance department, and I've taken steps to adhere to those guidelines that they set forth, but like what can I do? I mean, it's like I can't bring my trailer back to the storage site overnight, and then, you know, the officer's gonna see the trailer the next day. It was there this morning, right? I brought it back to the storage site at lunchtime. It's gonna be there again. You know, it's just the nature of my business. But again, it won't be there overnight. I've taken steps to ensure that, that, you know, I can work with the code compliance office going forward in the future. But I mean, I'm at a rock and a hard place. It's like.
So either Ernie or Jack, what is the actual rules as far as trailer? Is it just overnight, or can't be there at all, or?
It can't be there at all. Now, we did have a conversation, Mr. Garcia and I did, on a couple occasions, and just like anybody else that we would deal with here in Temple Terrace, if there's a situation, once in a blue moon, that maybe he does have to be somewhere at 4 a.m, and he prepped all night, and it's going to be there, give us the heads up, you know, we'll take that into consideration. But if it's going to be something that's going to be every single day, we're going to get complaints. We're going to see it. It's a direct violation of the ordinance. So if it's something that's going to be every day, it's not really conducive to what's in the ordinance.
Gotcha. And there's no way to cover up that trailer like you would with an abandoned vehicle, putting a car cover over it?
No, the only way to really make that work is to store it on the side of his, you know, screen from view. But the way his property is laid out, it's not really going to work for him.
I don't have the space to store it like in the backyard or otherwise. I can either store it in my driveway, I can either have it in.
It won't fit in your garage, right?
That's big.
No, negative. It's too big. My truck can't even fit in my garage. So it's like, how can I make a living and be still in compliance with the city of Temple Terrace?
Sounds like you can't, quite frankly. And here's my dilemma. Obviously, you're not in compliance.
Well, I am in compliance because the trailer's not there.
The trailer's not there now, but.
And it hasn't been there, and each day that this notice was dropped off, the trailer wasn't there.
Okay.
So this is based on like the previous day.
But here's the dilemma. We have photographic evidence that shows it was not in compliance on those particular days, okay? If we find you in violation tonight, the next time it's not in violation, it becomes a repeat. And when it becomes a repeat, the fines go up drastically.
Which we don't want to.
Which we don't want to do, okay? So, you know, we'll see if you get found in violation tonight according to the board, but you have to understand, and you keep telling us, well, you're going to see it again. Well, the next time they see it, it becomes a repeat violation. So you're going to have to find an alternative, you know, a buddy's house, a different storage facility that's open longer, 24-hour storage. You know, prep it and put it in the back of your truck and take it over to the trailer. You're going to have to change the way you do things in order to be in compliance.
I mean, I'm a homeowner.
Yeah.
I pay my taxes.
Yeah, I understand that.
Why can't I have my trailer in my driveway?
Can I ask a question? And this might be for the director. Could if the code compliance officer comes through during the day and he's there prepping, instead of just taking a photo, is there a way, and I understand it's more out of their time, just to say, hey, like, is it going to be here all day? What's going on? Since you know this is going on, because if he's prepping during the day and then he's going to take it back to storage at 7, 8, or he's going to be leaving to go to work, whatever, is that an option?
No, and the reason is, if this was something that was once every couple months and we happen to notice it, we do that now.
Yeah.
We would stop and we would have that conversation. Hey, how's everything going? Is this going to be here all day? What you got going on? Letting you know that you're in violation, blah, blah, blah. And then we rectified that right then and there. But if there's something every day, I'm not going to have the officers go out there every single day.
Well, it sets a bad precedent.
Right, because we'd have to do that for every single person throughout the entire city for every single violation.
Yeah.
And it's just not feasible.
That's fair.
Rod, you had a question?
Yes, it's for Jack. What can he do? What you're suggesting that he can do?
We have to figure out another way. I would be more than willing to sit down with Mr. Garcia and brainstorm and try to figure something out. Because I understand his frustration. I get it. It may be easier to sit down with somebody, a third party, that may be looking at things a little bit differently to try to find things. When you're frustrated, you're just trying to get it done. He's trying to make money and pay his mortgage. Completely understand that. But the fact is, we have a law, and we've got to make sure that law is followed, just like everybody else in the city. I would recommend that he sits down with me or somebody, if not me, and try to figure this out so we can make sure he can perform the business. He's doing something I would love to do. Seriously, I would love to do something like that. And I'm sure his pizzas are amazing. But we have to find another way to allow him to do that.
Are we getting also neighbors' complaints?
We've had a couple since I've been here.
So it's, like they just every time they see his truck in the driveway, they're complaining, or?
No, that was a few months ago. I was getting complaints, but that's kind of died off a little bit as we've been engaging.
Because I think he explained that, I was following what he said. I feel with his frustration, but I just want to find a solution for him. He's a resident, and this is his living.
We just have to think differently. The fact is, it can't be in the driveway, right? It can't be on the property because the ordinance says so. He has a storage facility that's not going to work for his business. We have to find another way, and I'm more than willing to sit down with him and try to think through that and see what we can figure out.
At what point does my rights as a property owner come into play, right? Like, I can't have my own trailer in my own driveway on my own property that I pay taxes and a mortgage on.
That's correct.
These are the laws.
Well, I was just going to kind of go with the way that Mr. Kalwaja was going to go. There is an ordinance that prevents this, and that was voted on by the city council. That is what the community wanted, was to not have commercial vehicles in residential property. So I understand your frustration and your argument, but that is what the community as a whole has asked for through our ordinances. So that's going to be the law, and it's prohibited here in Temple Terrace.
So at one point, is it storage versus it's just being there for temporarily? What are my left and right parameters? If I can't have it at all, that's pretty unreasonable. If I can't have my trailer in my driveway at all, like.
Have you taken a look at the ordinance language?
I have not.
Mr. Chair, may I? Sure. Okay. So the ordinance description, I'm going to skip all of the numbers and letters and whatnot and get right to the meat and potatoes for you. Except as provided in subsection B of this section, all commercial vehicles, including self-propelled vehicles with or without trailers, having a weight class of 1 ton or more individually or combined, and all commercial trailers are prohibited from parking in any residential zoning district, street or lot. So it's not storage, I don't think, is the issue. It's the language is parking it there. So we have to kind of reframe how we look at this to find the solution.
Once the vehicle stops moving, it's considered parked.
Well, if I can, just paragraph B, we allow it on a temporary basis for the purpose of loading and unloading.
Okay, perfect.
But I think we're moving beyond the loading and unloading, then it sits there, correct?
Right, and I admit, granted, I was storing it there prior, overnight, mainly out of laziness. But as far as if I'm allowed to park it there for the sake of offloading, unloading, or unloading, and what are my left and right parameters?
You just heard them.
Right, but what is the time frame?
Mr. Chairman.
Is it 1 hour? Is it 4 hours?
That's not, hang on, that's not for this board to determine. That's something you have to work out with the code officers.
And so how is that even objectively fair? Because he can pretty much interpret it as he sees fit. He can say, if it's there 5 minutes, it's in violation.
May I?
No, hang on. Again, you have to work it out with them, but unloading and loading means that you're actively taking stuff out or putting stuff in. That's unloading and loading. So believe me, the code officers in Temple Terrace are willing to work with everyone. But you can't be, like you said, if it was once a month or twice a month or something, but if it's every day and it's sitting there for hours while you're inside prepping, that becomes a problem.
I'm in the trailer prepping. I can't prep in my home. I'm in the trailer prepping. Because I have water there. I have electricity.
Understand.
I can actually prep and run my equipment inside.
It just, like I said, unfortunately, you're gonna have to find a way.
And I understand that, sir, but, so you're gonna leave it up to Mr. Jack and his enforcers to interpret it as they see fit. So is it 5 minutes? Is it 4 hours? I mean, what are my parameters? I mean.
You'll have to sit down and work that out with them.
Since we all don't know the inner workings of your business, maybe it would behoove every party involved to have a conversation about what unloading and loading looks like for your particular industry. And if we can all come to the same conclusions about what reasonable expectations might be, everybody can be on the same page about that. You understand what the parameters are, you help us understand what normal looks like, and then we also understand what abnormal will look like or outside of those parameters, and then everybody's on the same page.
Well,
We all
hopefully
win.
normal is every day for me. So, because that means I'm making money every day.
Again, you have to work that out with them.
So, that's
and it may-
crazy, because it's like, you leaving it up in the air for him to determine, not based on the law, but based on.
Believe me, their determination will be based on the law.
So does the law prescribe a time frame of loading and unloading? Or is it gonna be prescribed by the code enforcers?
It's not going to be tied into time, it's going to be tied into the activity. Are you loading and unloading? Otherwise, the law says you can't have it there, parked there at all, except if you're loading or unloading. So it isn't a matter of time, it's a matter of activity.
So are you guys gonna send code officers to my house every time I have my trailer in front of my house, whether I'm loading or unloading, to make sure? Because, life happens. I have kids in the house. Something can happen in the midst of me unloading and loading, and I gotta go to the hospital real quick, right? Or I gotta do something real quick. I mean, I'm not here to waste you guys' time, but if we're gonna follow the letter of the law needs to prescribe a time frame, not being based on somebody's subjective point of view. Like, oh, I've seen this trailer last night. I've seen the trailer 2 days ago. It's always here. No, you don't. It's not always here, because overnight it's gone. You only see it in the mornings when I'm active. But you have no way of telling that I'm bringing that trailer back to storage every night, particularly when I have jobs in the morning and it's there in the driveway every morning. So if I'm a fisherman and I have a boat and my boat is always in the driveway.
You'd be in the same spot you are now.
Right. But you guys don't know if I'm bringing my boat down to the marina every night. You just see the boat in the driveway every morning, but you don't see the subsequent activities after that. I'm sorry?
It would be a violation.
But I pick up the trailer in the morning.
Okay.
But see,
Here's the bottom line.
this is the real world implication
We will
that
be
I'm
making
trying to figure out here.
Here's the bottom line. We will be making a determination tonight whether or not a violation of the city code has occurred, okay? If that violation, if it is determined that a violation has occurred, I'm just telling you that the next time it occurs, it will be a repeat violation. If it's a repeat violation, the fines go up, okay? So that's what we're dealing with, okay? Now, however you work that out with the code enforcement officers, and I'm pretty sure it's going to involve you changing the way you do things a little bit, okay?
And checking in with them, saying, hey, can I do this on
I don't know,
my
I don't know,
house?
I don't know beyond that, I don't know.
Crazy. It's like, what's the point of having property and ownership when you can just be told that you can or cannot do something as simple as having a trailer in your driveway just for a couple hours throughout the day? I mean, it's...
We understand your predicament. Okay, if there's no other questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Thank you.
In case number 25-4550, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at address 409 Biltmore Avenue, Section 12-922, subsection A, parking commercial vehicle in residential area. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Allen, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and the notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before February 11th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violations continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine to be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. So, sir, you have been found in violation of the code. You have until February 11th to bring the property into compliance, which means you have until then to sit down with them and try to work something out. Otherwise, you're going to have to do something a little bit different and the way you do things now.
The trailer's not even there today. It wasn't there.
Okay.
Each time the notice was dropped off, the trailer was not in the driveway.
Okay, well, again, any other questions? Thank you. Next case, please.
Case number 253740, City versus Paula Amina Alio, for the property located at 7903 Terrace Ridge Drive. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and the notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, board members, Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case was originated proactively on September the 22nd, 2025. My inspection revealed a brown tarp on the roof, which might emit rain or cause dampness in the walls of the structure. At this time, I left a door hanger with a compliance date of the 22nd of October, 2025. My inspection on November the 4th, 2025 revealed no change. Therefore, a notice of violation was prepared with the compliance date of the 28th of November, 2025. Affidavit of service was obtained by hand delivery to Layla Channer, who is a niece of the respondent who also resides there. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the violation taken by me on November the 4th, 2025.
We'll accept that. Thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows the brown tarp on the roof, which might emit rain or cause dampness in the walls. Mr. Chairman, on the 31st of December 2025, while delivering the notice of hearing, I spoke with Layla Channer concerning the violation. As of today's date, the site is not in compliance, and I'm seeking a ruling.
Very good, thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
So you,
Go ahead.
so you said you spoke with the, I guess not.
The niece of the respondent, who also resides at the property, Mr. Snelling.
Did they give any, what was the nature of the correspondence, of the discussion?
She was surprised that the respondent hasn't reached out directly to me, and that she was kind of caught off guard. I said no, that, I haven't been contacted, and she was the only person that I had contact with, was Ms. Channer.
Okay. Thanks.
Any updates since then?
Go ahead.
No.
None?
None.
Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I'll do this one.
Thank you.
And case number 25-3740. I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 7903 Terrace Ridge Drive. Code violation is 8-102 subsection 13 subsection C. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Lori Smith, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that said violations be corrected on or before February 11th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continues past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 253904, City versus Timothy J. Moore and Jessica L. Moore, for the property located at 631.
There's light.
Oh, I'm sorry, my mic wasn't on.
Okay.
Okay, let me start over. Sorry about that. Case number 253940, City versus Timothy J. Moore and Jessica L. Moore, for the property located at 6311 East 113, East 113th Avenue. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 8-102, 13C, minimum housing roofs. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Officer Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and the notice of hearing were properly served.
Great, thank you.
Good evening again, Mr. Chairman, board members, Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case originated proactively on October the 6th, 2025. My inspection revealed the east side gutter did not allow for unhindered passage of rainwater, and there was tree debris on the roof of the structure. At this time, I left a door hanger with a compliance date of the 30th of October, 2025. My inspection on November the 4th, 2025 revealed no change. Therefore, a notice of violation was prepared with a compliance date of the 20th of November, 2025. No one was at home, so I posted the notice letter at the front door and requested copies be sent certified and first-class mail to the owner of record. I also requested a copy be posted on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the violation taken by me on the 4th of November, 2025.
Accept those. Thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows a notice letter posted at the front door. Exhibit number 2 shows the east side gutter blocked by a tree limb. Exhibit number 3 shows the tree debris on the roof of the structure. Mr. Chairman, on December the 31st, 2025, while delivering the notice of hearing, I spoke with homeowner Timothy Moore concerning the outstanding violation. As of today's date, the site is now in compliance. I'd like to submit an affidavit of compliance. I'm just looking for a finding.
We'll accept that. Thank you very much. Any questions for the code officer? Being none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do that one.
Thank you.
In case number 25-3904, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 6311 East 113th Avenue, with the applicable code violations, Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Officer Lori Smith, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and a notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violations were brought into compliance prior to the date of the hearing.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 254058, City versus James L. Evans.
Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just.
I'll get used to it. That's fine.
All right. Case number 254058, City versus James L. Evans and Joyce A.G. Evans for the property located at 11305 East Queensway Drive. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 10-34, sanitation premises clean. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Officer Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and the notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening again, Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case originated proactively on October the 20th, 2025. My inspection revealed debris accumulation on the front and south side of the property. At this time, I left a door hanger with the reinspection date of the 25th of October, 2025. My reinspection on November 4th, 2025 noted no change. Therefore, a notice of violation was prepared with a compliance date of the 20th of November, 2025. No one was at home, so I posted the notice letter at the front door and requested copies be sent certified in first-class mail to the owner of record. I also requested a copy be posted on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the violation taken by me on November the 4th, 2025.
Accept that, thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows a notice letter posted at the mailbox. Exhibit number 2 and 3 shows debris on the south side of the property. Exhibit number 4 shows tree debris accumulation on the front of the site. Mr. Chairman, on December the 31st, 2025, while delivering the notice of hearing, I spoke with homeowner Jim Evans and discussed the violation. As of today's date, the site is in compliance, and I'd like to submit an affidavit of compliance. I'm just looking for a finding.
Good, thank you. We'll certainly accept that. Any questions for the code officer? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
All right, I'll do this one. Make sure I got it right. Okay. So in case number 25-4058, I move that the city has proven by a greater weight of the evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code did exist on the property located at 11305 East Queensway Drive, Code Section 10-34. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from Code Enforcement Officer Lori Smith, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavits, and notice of violation, all of which is received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that there be no fine imposed because the violation was brought into compliance prior to the date of this hearing.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Next case, please.
Case number 254063, City versus Progress Residential Borough 16 LLC. For the property located at 13043 Terrace Springs Drive, this case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Lori Smith, Code Officer Lori Smith. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Chair,
again.
before we start, I just want to remind Ms. Jones that Board Member Gomez will be recused on this one.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, board members and Mr. Chairman, Lori Smith, Code Compliance. This case was originated proactively on October the 20th, 2025. My inspection revealed a blue tarp on the roof of the structure, which might admit rain or cause dampness in the walls or interior portions of the building. At this time, I left a door hanger with a compliance date of the 20th of November 2025. My inspection on November the 25th, 2025 revealed no change. Therefore, a notice of violation was prepared with the compliance date of the 11th of December 2025. No one was at home, so I posted the notice letter at the front door and requested copies be sent certified and first-class mail to the owner of record. I also requested a copy be posted on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement. At this time, I'd like to submit photographic evidence of the violation taken by me on November the 25th, 2025.
Accept that, thank you.
Exhibit number 1 shows a notice letter posted at the front door. Exhibit number 2 shows the blue tarp on the roof of the structure. Mr. Chairman, on the 9th of December 2025, property manager Seth Jones contacted me about a permit and was referred to community development. As of today's date, the site is not in compliance and I'm seeking a ruling.
Good, thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
Any word on the permit?
I haven't heard anything, no. Nothing's been,
Yeah, it was the same question.
Question.
Basically, is that, have they applied, to the
I haven't
best of
heard
your
that they've
knowledge,
even
have you heard
applied for
anybody
it.
apply for a permit or anything like that?
Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
In case number 25-4063, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of the evidence the following violations of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exist on the property located at 13043 Terrace Springs Drive, with the applicable code violation Section 8-1002, subsection 13, subsection C. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the Code Enforcement Officer Lori Smith, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation, all which was received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the said violation be corrected on or before February 11th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violations committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. Next case, please.
This is what I have to recuse myself from.
What did he say?
Stay if you
okay.
want.
Next case, please.
Case number 254599, City versus Christy Ann Reeves, for the property located at 11309 Lim Banks Place. This case is before the board based on an alleged violation of Section 12-921 subsection B, off-street parking/driveway. This case will be prosecuted this evening by Code Compliance Officer Danielle Batt. The city has evidence that the notice of violation and notice of hearing were properly served.
Good evening, I'm Officer Batt with Code Compliance. This case this evening was initiated by me on December 9th, 2025 for violation of the city's code of ordinance, in which I left a courtesy door hanger advising of the violation and my contact information. The code section is 12-921 for the parking or storage of vehicle in the front yard, which is prohibited. A reinspection was done on December 15th, 2025, where the property was still in violation. A notice of violation was posted. The subject property requested posting the City Hall on electronic board and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record on December 17th, 2025. Upon reinspection on December 29th, 2025, the property was still in violation, so a notice of hearing was created and posted on December 31st, 2025 to the subject property. Requested posting in City Hall on the electronic board for the 10-day requirement and sent both certified mail and regular mail to the address of record. As of my last inspection on January 12th, 2026, the property was still in violation. At this time, I would like to submit evidence for case number 25-4599, supporting the case and asking for a ruling.
Accept those, thank you. Any questions for the code officer?
You said it's still in violation?
Yes. Exhibit A, and those are a photo of the, or photos of the violation on December 17th, 2025 for the issuance of the notice of violation. Exhibit B are photos of the reinspection on December 29th, 2025 for the issuance of the notice of hearing. And Exhibit C are of the reinspection on January 12th, 2026 for tonight's hearing.
Go ahead.
Yes. They're parking on the grass, or is there Is it, what's that,
That white Ford Ranger in the middle of the front yard?
there's, there's something, I don't know.
I wish we could post that.
So they keep parking their vehicle,
It doesn't move.
doesn't move,
It stays there.
stays there.
If you actually angle the photos, most of the photos are taken close to relatively the same angle at every time, so you can see the car has not moved.
Okay.
It wouldn't matter, even if it does, you can't park in the front yard.
Can I-
Right, exactly.
But does it move?
They have a driveway?
I can't prove elsewise.
Doesn't think it moves, but it doesn't matter. because
It can't be
you
there.
Park in the front yard.
Right, right.
On the grass.
Get sworn in as a
the
witness.
grass.
Yeah.
Is that acceptable?
Is what acceptable?
Well, you've recused yourself from the case.
As a board member.
I just think it's better.
Advise not.
Okay. I'm gonna step outside. I
There's sound.
should not be part of this conversation, even just with my eardrums.
David,
Go in the back
especially
room if you like,
Yeah.
yeah. They're more comfortable. Okay,
One more question.
hang on a second, one at a time. Bill?
Have you had any conversation at all with?
I have not spoken to the property owner at all. Mr. Shanks actually did have a conversation with her yesterday or today, so he'd be able to speak to that.
Yes, I was going to add that I did speak with the property owner. She called me yesterday about the vehicles. She mentioned the Ranger, the dually truck that's in her driveway, and I believe there was another vehicle. She did tell me the history of why they were broken. Specifically, the Ranger was the one I was concerned most about. She says that the key was broken, that her boyfriend was going to repair it, but was unable to because it's some kind of security system that's installed in it. But she understands the gravity of the situation and is going to do what she needs to do to rectify and repair that vehicle.
Did you tell her that they can just put can't they just put a cover over the car?
No,
No, it's on the grass.
Oh, sorry.
In the grass.
If it was in the driveway, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's in the driveway, the way it sits, whether the key's broken or not, it would be fine, but it's just where it's at. So she understands that she needs to fix that
So
and move on.
it's registered and everything, right? It's just sitting there.
The case began as it being in the middle of the yard and can't be there to begin with.
Right.
And that's where it started.
Okay.
I would like to say it's registered, but at this moment, I can't clarify that, so I won't speak.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, yeah. Okay, any other questions?
Because then it's inoperable.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion. Go ahead.
That's the last case? Not yet, right?
No.
Okay. In case number 25-4599, I move that the city has proven by the greater weight of evidence the following violation of the City of Temple Terrace City Code exists on the property located at 11309 Linebanks Place with the applicable code violation section 12-921 subsection B. This motion is based on the sworn testimony this board has received from the code enforcement officer, along with any other evidence, including photos, affidavit, and the notice of violation of which received and entered as part of the record of this hearing. I further move that the said violation be corrected on or before February 11th, 2026. If the respondent does not comply with this order on or before that day, they are ordered to pay a fine for each and every day the violation continue past the date set for compliance. Upon considering the following factors, the gravity of the violation, any actions taken by the violator to correct the violation, and any previous violation committed by the violator, I move that the fine be $25 per day.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no nays, motion carries. I believe that's the end of new business, is it not?
It is.
Yep.
Okay, so on to unfinished. Somebody want to let her know she can come back? Okay.
I'll come back.
Thank you.
I believe first case under old business or unfinished business is 250402.
Yes.
Yep, top of page 3.
Case number 250402, City versus Gardhan Patel and Vishnukumar Patel for the property located at 12112 North 56th Street. The deadline for compliance was extended until January 14th, 2026. Fine of $50 per day beginning January 15th, 2026. Violation, Section 12-986, signs maintenance. Affidavit of compliance received on January 7th, 2026. Case number 252041, City versus John D. Cronin for the property located at 8722 Corridon Court. The deadline for compliance is January 14th, 2026. Fine of $20 per day beginning January 15th, 2026. Violation Section 8-10213C, minimum housing roofs. Deadline for compliance is midnight tonight.
Mr. Chair, I do have an update on this one, if that's okay.
Sure.
All right, so on January 5th, I received a phone call and an email from Mr. Jamal Johnson with Hillsborough County Affordable Housing, who have taken on correcting all of these deficiencies on this property. He said that the corrections to the violations were supposed to start this week and then carry on for the next couple of weeks while they get everything finished. So that was just an update on that. That was on Mr. Cronin's behalf.
Okay, would an extension be the right thing to do?
In my opinion, speaking with Hillsborough County, who did call, I would say so.
Okay. Board?
Yes,
Yeah, we can do it.
we can do it.
Yeah.
Make a motion.
All right.
Yes.
So you want, okay. In case number 25-2041, I would like the date for compliance to be extended until February 11th, 2026.
You have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No nays, motion carries. Next case, please.
Who was the second on this case? I didn't hear it. It was you? Thank you. Next case is case number 252999, City versus Edison De Jesus Jaramillo Montoya for the property located at 11002 Ridgedale Road. The deadline for compliance was December 10th, 2025. The fine of $4,200 was paid and 13 trees were planted, and $25 per day was to begin. However, the affidavit of compliance was received December 4th, 2025, and let me reference the violation, which was section 12-763, tree removal penalty, and section 12-768, tree removal regulation. So this case is in compliance.
Very good.
Case number 253166, City versus Yossi Israel Kafan for the property located at 5116 East 122nd Avenue. Deadline for compliance was January 14th, 2026. The fine of $25 per day beginning January 15th, 2026. Violation Section 12-861, subsection E. Subsection E, subsection 6. Fences appearance. Affidavit of compliance received December 30th, 2025. The next case, case number 253640, City versus Abel Pino Lopez for the property located at 5307 Rainbow Drive. Deadline for compliance was January 14th, 2026, and the fine of $50 per day beginning January 15th, 2026. Violation Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection B, exterior walls, and Section 8-102, subsection 13, subsection C, minimum housing roofs. Deadline for compliance is midnight tonight. That was the last case.
Good, thank you. Any other board action? Any liens reports? Any new business? Other than Happy New Year, everybody, welcome back. If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? No nays. Motion carries. Thank you very much.